Alright guys, how's it going? Today we're talking WWE 2K16 as we have some huge news coming out of Gamescom as 2K have just released a ton of details, screenshots and the first gameplay of this year's game. So let's dive straight into it. Here are the very first screenshots of the game. We'll have the Rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin as he makes his way down to ringside to take on Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan with his new long hair and an even bigger beard than last year, Wade Barrett who's recently had his render update on the 2K website and is now listed as just Wade, and then finally we'll have the demon himself, Finn Balor. Now I have to say, he looks incredible. He's the one person I think we've all been waiting to see, and knowing that not only have 2K released screenshots of him, but they've also released his full entrance that you can check out over on IGN, so I'll put a link to that and Seth Rollins' entrance in the video description. But before you go and check that out, we'll have a ton of details to get through because 2K have also confirmed a lot of new and return additions to this year's game, so I can now tell you that WWE 2K16 will feature the following. An updated My Career mode that goes a lot further and sees you eventually inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, the return of Create a Diva, Create a Show, Create an Arena and Create a Championship, so we've got a lot more Create modes again this year after they were left out last year. As for Universe mode, wrestlers can now be booked on multiple shows, so you're no longer limited to one. Online's been overhauled, although we don't have any details on how it's been changed at the moment. The commentary team though has been updated, and that now includes JBL as I mentioned last week, and he actually put out a video on Twitter yesterday which announced his inclusion, so I'll leave a link to that also in the description. Also returning we'll have ladder, handicap and tornado tag team matches, and when it comes to entrances, they've now been updated so there's no loading times between entrances, and you'll also have the ability to attack your opponent during the entrance, which is something that we're seeing back in WWE Raw on the Xbox. Finally, the AI is also being improved for both referees and managers, so we should see some noticeable changes there. So that is all of the listed changes. However, there is one more big change that I'm going to cover in a gameplay breakdown video later, and that is that reversals have now been updated so that you can no longer keep attempting to reverse moves. Instead, you'll get a set amount of reversals to use in a match, so if you keep reversing everything at the start of the match and you use them up, you'll then have to wait for them to slowly regenerate before you can pull off another reversal. Now initially when I heard this I wasn't too keen on the idea, but 2K have implemented a feature that I've been wanting for ages, and that is the ability to reverse a move mid-move, so instead of having to guess when your opponent is going to grapple and try and reverse it, this year you'll have the option to either do that and do it in the normal way, or wait until during the move and then reverse it as a special point, which will then see you reverse the move into another move of your own, which will do even more damage. So that is really cool. I really like that. I think it's much more realistic and it should make matches much more exciting as you think that you've hit a move only for it to then be reversed during it. Anyway guys, that is all for now, but I'll be uploading another video later today covering some of the gameplay changes and explaining the new breaking point system, the pin bar and a few other things, so keep an eye out for those, and as soon as I get permission to upload entrances you can expect to see those too, but in the meantime I'll leave a link to the IGN video in the video description. So there you go, stay tuned for more WWE 2K16 news out of Gamescom, but until then, I'll catch you later.